From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Tuesday, October 30th, 3 people are dead in a traffic crash. The prospects of a wind farm for Delaware take a hit, and a smoke detector for the hearing impaired. Here are the details. State police say alcohol was involved in a horrific crash last night that killed 3 people in Newark. It happened about 9:45 on Route 72 near Possum Park Road. Police say a BMW was speeding east on 72 when the driver lost control on a sharp curve. The car hit the median and went into the opposite lane, hitting a Honda. The BMW flipped over and landed on the roof of the Honda. It continued to roll, then hit a utility pole and split in 2. The 3 men in the BMW all died at the scene. 2 men in the Honda are in critical condition at Christiana Hospital. Police say the driver of the BMW had been drinking. So far, police have not released the identities. Plans to build an offshore wind farm in Delaware's waters have hit a snag as cost projections blow sky high. The staff of the Public Service Commission issued a recommendation saying power supplied by the proposed 150-turbine wind farm off of Rehoboth would be too expensive for customers. Bruce Burkett, executive director of the commission, says the latest terms presented by Blue Water Wind include historical increases that hadn't been considered in the past. The original proposal had Delmarva Power's standard service customers paying $6.23 a month over market price, but Burkett says increases and historical escalation could take that cost upwards of $55 a month. The PSC will consider the recommendation next month. Representatives from the healthcare industry, business, and government want to find ways to give essential help to more than 10% of the state's population. WDEL's Carl Konevsky explains.
The group gathered at the Chase Center on the riverfront to discuss options for health insurance for the nearly 105,000 Delawareans who don't have any. John Taylor, executive director of the Delaware Public Policy Institute, which sponsored the event along with AstraZeneca, says the summit addresses a specific segment of the uninsured.
We're concentrating on the working poor and those who work for small employers. Our survey that we did last month indicated that most small employers would like to help out their employees and to provide health insurance, but it's just too expensive for them.
Bob Perkins, AstraZeneca's vice president for U.S. Policy Affairs, says all stakeholders have to put individual agendas aside and work together to solve the problem.
When you take issues like the uninsured, when you look at the kinds of preventive care that they need, and when you think that there's a large segment of Delaware's population that does not enjoy that kind of an opportunity, that means that the leaders in the state need to step up.
This is the second go-around for the group. Earlier this year, they reached an agreement on principles which underlie potential health care coverage solutions in Delaware. Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 a.m., WDEL.
Coming up, Senator Biden rallies Delaware Democrats. WDEL News continues in a moment.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Did you know that Wilmington College has been preparing students for careers in media arts and technology over the past 7 years? Enjoy hands-on experience and personal attention from instructors drawn straight from the industry. To learn more, visit wilmcol.edu. Wilmington College. Achieve balance, achieve success.
A funeral will be held today in Washington, D.C. for the Delaware State University student who died last week from wounds she suffered in a campus shooting last month. The funeral for 17-year-old freshman Shalita Middleton will be held at 19th Baptist Church. Middleton was one of 2 people wounded in the shooting September 21st. Fellow freshman Lawyer Braden of East Orange, New Jersey, is charged in the shooting. Senator Biden says he still believes ideas matter to American voters. Biden spoke last night at the Delaware Democratic Party's annual Jefferson Jackson dinner in Wilmington. He said voters in early primary states such as Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada are looking for a knowledgeable candidate who can lead the country through what he says will be a difficult decade. Biden says the next 4 years will determine whether America regains its footing and reinvigorates the middle class. The State Division of Public Health is announcing a shortage of mercury-free vaccines. The vaccines that are in short supply are flu vaccine meant for pregnant women and for children under age 8, diphtheria tetanus vaccine for kids 7 and younger, and Japanese encephalitis vaccine. Supplies of mercury-free flu vaccine for the general population are adequate. People in Delaware who can't hear well are being given special smoke detectors. WDEL's Melanie Armstrong reports.
The special alarms are part of Delmarva Power's annual smoke alarm donation. Kids from Wilmington Head Start and people at St. Patrick's Senior Center in Wilmington learned how they work from the state fire marshal.
What they do is when smoke emits into the home, it'll send off a flash. So the individuals can see the flash, become used to the flash, and they can know that there's a fire or an incident that's occurring and exit their home.
Delmarva Power donated 40 of the special needs smoke alarms and 500 regular ones. Wilmington residents can also apply for free carbon monoxide detectors. Melanie Armstrong, 1150 AM, WDEL.
And the Blue Hens jump in the polls. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
WDEL Sports with Saturday's upset win over Navy. The Delaware Blue Hens creep closer to the top of the national polls. WDEL's Lee St. John reports.
Behind a career-best 434 yards passing from quarterback Joe Flacco and 4 more touchdowns for running back Omar Cuff, the Blue Hens had just enough to outlast Navy 59-52 Saturday in front of a standing room-only crowd in Annapolis. But at his weekly press conference Monday, head coach Casey Keeler said that beating Navy was nice, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not as important as this coming week's meeting with the JMU Dukes.
You know, family and friends, and everyone wants to talk about the game, and let's watch it on replay, and got to move on because our important games are in front of us. And I meant it very seriously after that ball game. A loss to Navy or a win with Navy was not going to affect us nearly as much as our future games. And this is the meat of our schedule right in front of us, and we're really excited about James Madison.
Keeler also said he felt going in that in order to beat the midshipmen, the defense would have to make 4 stops, and the squad did just that. None more impressive than when Anthony Bratton intercepted a Navy pitch in the second quarter that led to Delaware's second score. As a result of the win, the Blue Hens move up in the Sports Network FCS poll from number 9 to number 7. That's 7 spots in the last 2 weeks. Reporting from Newark, Lee St. John, 1150 AM, WDEL Sports.
Meantime, Delaware quarterback Joe Flacco has won CAA Offensive Player of the Week honors. Flacco was 30 of 41 for 434 yards and 4 touchdowns in Saturday's win. The NHL has suspended Flyers defenseman Randy Jones for 2 games for his violent hit on Boston's Patrice Bergeron. He becomes the 3rd Flyer player suspended for dangerous play this season. Bergeron was injured after he was hammered into the boards face first by Jones. In Saturday's win over the Bruins, he suffered a concussion and a broken nose. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast, mostly sunny today, a high 63. Tonight, clear skies, low 35. And more sunshine for tomorrow with a high of 67. Get news updates throughout the day, Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM. And get WDEL News text alerts sent right to your cell phone. Sign up right here at WDEL.com. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.